Welcome to Red Eye. It's like remains of the day, if by day you mean that nice family I met at Port Authority last night. Let's go to TV's Andy Levy for our pregame report. Hey, Andy, what's coming up on tonight's show?
Thanks, Greg. Coming up on the big show, who's really behind the plan to build the so-called Ground Zero mosque? According to a leading Muslim cleric, it begins with a J, ends with an S, and has an ooh in the middle. Plus, should it be legal to lie about winning military medals? Some say no, but wait till you hear what a federal judge has to say. I'll just tell you, he says yes. And finally, forget everything you thought you knew about cougars because a new study shows they don't exist. I'm talking about the older chicks who dig younger women, not the large solitary cat. They exist, I think. Greg?
Thank you, Andy.
Let's to it pell-mell. If not to heaven, then hand in hand to hell, Greg.
Hark, I hear their drum.
Don't say hark, Greg.
All right, well, if it were legal, I'd peel your face off like the shell of a boiled egg.
I apologize for nothing.
All right, let's welcome our guests. And I would do that. I'm here tonight with Fox News Channel anchor Juliet Huddy, wearing purple. She's so hot that snowmen consider her a serial killer. And she's back, Angela McGlowan, Fox News political analyst and CEO of Political Strategies and Insights. She knows political strategies like I know dance club tragedies. I'm barred from the stud, don't you know? And it's my repulsive sidekick, Bill Schulz. FYI, he has a summer refrigerator box in the Hamptons. And sitting right next to me, the great comedian Amy Schumer. She's cuter than a rainbow-colored unicorn grazing on the body hair of a decapitated Smurf. And he lives off old glories as he misreports stories. It's our New York Times correspondent. Good to see you again, Pincho.
Check out our feature on custom-made aquariums in today's home section. And after you're done with your fishbowl, buy a gerbil cage and line it with shards of meat.
Oh, that's something useful.
Indeed. It is.
Yeah, it's about time.
Huh? How dare you?
Oh, shut up.
Shut up!
You're just mailing it in.
How dare you, sir? I am the New York Times.
All right.
I'm on in the morning. You're on at 3 a.m.
Oh, how dare you.
Yes.
Okay. To me, as usual, it's the Jews, you all. Not content with running the media, the banks, Hollywood, and the Sizzler near me, it seems the Jews have now taken it upon themselves to make Muslims look bad. Yes, according to a cleric at Al-Azhar University in Cairo, been there, hot chicks. It's the Jews who are behind the plan to build the so-called Ground Zero mosque. As reported by Pajamas Media, Dr. Abid al-Mudi Bayoumi told an Egyptian paper that he rejects any mosque near Ground Zero because it's, quote, a conspiracy to confirm a clear connection between the strikes of September 11th and Islam. And what kind of conspiracy is it, you ask? Well, a Zionist conspiracy, of course, i.e. it's a ruse by the Jews. Meanwhile, Def Jam co-founder Russell Simmons, is there any other kind, has his own theories about who was behind the 1993 bombing of the World Trade Center. Here he is on Larry King Wednesday night. Note he wasn't actually on Larry King. He would crush him.
If you're blaming Muslims for the attack on 9/11, then you need to change your mind. We didn't did we blame Christians at the first World Trade attack? We didn't, and I think it's insane and it's wrong-headed.
I totally forgot that Ramzi Youssef and Khalid Sheikh Mohammed were Christians. Thanks, media mogul. And finally, there are some cats who actually blame the whole thing on theremins. See, the cat may actually be onto something. Cats are never wrong, FYI. Hey, Amy, as a Jew, why don't you just admit you're behind the whole mess? You and all your other cabal of Jewish friends.
Okay, I admit it. And I actually did. I just went to our homeland, and I'd never been to Miami, and it was really nice. I want to thank you for showing that clip. We never get to hear Russell Simmons say the words he has trouble with, like Muslim. And, oh, what? No, what? My record deal. No, but who cares? Let them build, you know? I really liked that Jim Carrey 90s movie, too. Like, I know it was a little weird that he had the green face, but if somebody wants to pay tribute to it.
I think that movie was The Mask.
The Mask.
Yeah.
Oh, well then whatever, who cares?
Not the mosque.
Mosques are cool. Mosques are cool.
Angela, welcome back. It's been a long time. Now, the university that this guy is from is one of the major learning centers, so clearly he is on to something.
You know, and he might be onto something, but here's what, let's be sensible about this.
Yeah.
And look, I know Russell Simmons. I interviewed him for my book, Bamboozle. He's a great guy, but he's wrong on this, okay?
Yeah.
19 of them, they were Muslim. They were Muslim extremists. But having said that, I think that it is bad that we want to build the mosque 2 blocks away from the World Trade Center, and Muslims were behind it, Muslim extremists. Yeah.
I think Russell got confused between that and the Murrah building and the Oklahoma building. I think that's what it was. But that's a big screw up, and I think it has to do with the tightness of his baseball cap. The tighter, and he's lost so much weight.
Loose,
he was
though,
much
actually.
smarter when he was overweight.
He looks like his brother, Reverend Run, if you deflated him.
Yeah.
It's the skin just sort of hanging there.
I just
and all
wish
the
it was-
mouth was just moving.
I just wish, I might give him some, I might cut him some slack on this just because I think he got the 2 things confused. Now, Juliet, another professor at the same school said that he believes that building this mosque indicates a bad intention. So they're on to something, aren't they?
It is a bad intention. I'm not sure what intention he's referring to, but the bad intention is you're building a mosque on, and as I think this person might have said, rubble. It's not rubble. These are sacred remains. This is hallowed ground. So the mistake is building a mosque on hallowed ground.
FYI,
Building a mosque near hallowed ground.
the AP has announced that you're not allowed to say you're not allowed to call it the Ground Zero Mosque, or it has to be the mosque near Ground Zero, which actually
The artist formerly known
Yes.
as the mosque.
I think they're splitting hairs. Bill, I want to go to you. As president of the I Hate the Jews LOL Club, you have to feel pretty special that you were right all along.
Did you hear what he said, though? LOL at the end, which means I'm having fun with her.
Yes,
If
exactly.
you laugh afterwards, then I'm making a point rather than saying I hate the Jews.
Yes,
also,
yes,
LOL.
yes.
I think it's every aggrieved party seems to have their own boogeyman. For the Muslims, it's the Jews or the great Satan that is the United States. For Christians, it's actually Satan. For Republicans, it's Keith Olbermann and socialists hiding out everywhere. I have none of these things. I need to have my own boogeyman to which to blame all my problems on. It was going to be you, but everyone else
But you
blames
know what I do with water, so.
So I'm going to blame bees.
Oh gosh.
No, I'm not going to. I hate bees.
Yeah.
I've never liked them. From now on, every time something bad happens, I'm blaming the bees. And that's why what Andy Levy found on his keyboard earlier in the day is not my problem. The bees did it. Bees with a lot of fiber.
I want to make a point, though. An interesting thing. You know, whenever anybody brings up the word Zionist, the next word that follows is always plot. It's never anything good like Zionist
Zion
candy.
picnic.
Come to our Zionist picnic. It's always a Zionist plot.
Well, you know what?
Never
Wait a
Zionist
second.
Jiffy Lube.
No, there's no Zionist Jiffy Lube.
But I have to speak to this because as a Jew, I am offended because they were offered a tax break
Yes.
to build somewhere else. How do you ignore that discount? This is Manhattan. Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
We can all agree here that we're for freedom of religion, but it is an insult to the victims to want to be able to build a mosque near where.
Yeah, I know no one's
the
arguing
tragedy
the constitutionality
But,
of
you
it.
know,
and that-
whenever these imams speak out, you always it's like blah 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 blah. It's kind of like
She speaks Farsi.
hearing
I didn't know. I
do.
had no
Hearing you go, but by the way, aren't you Jewish?
No, I'm Catholic, crazy lady. One last one. One thing,
Gutfeld,
just to bring it back into President Obama has got to love this controversy because the facts came out today: more joblessness than ever. No one cares. Nobody cares.
This is the
except
top
Neil
issue.
Cavuto.
This is the top issue, and his poll numbers have even gone down more since he says that he supports the mosque. So
Yeah.
I think he was trying to move more in the center and be everything to everyone, as he always does. But this is really going to hurt him.
Yeah.
It's going
All
to hurt
right.
them in the midterm elections, too.
From the mosques to the medals. So an appeals court panel in California struck down the 3-year-old Stolen Valor Act on Wednesday. To them, the act, which bolstered laws against falsely claiming to have earned a military medal, is constitutional. The panel said there's no evidence that lying about winning a medal harms anybody, and there's no compelling reason for the government to ban such lies. The Justice Department, though, had argued that lies about military honors deserved no legal protection and that the government had a right to protect the valor and integrity of people who actually earned their medals. But Judge Milan, what would you say that name? Milanta Smith? That's a good name. He disagrees, he poops. The right to speak and write whatever one chooses, including to some degree worthless, offensive, and demonstrable untruths without cowering in fear of a powerful government is an essential component of the protection afforded by the First Amendment. What a jerk. Well, at least the judge taught his cat how to catch a treat. This is great.
See if we can go. Third time's a charm. Oh, good boy.
Judges have the coolest hobbies. Anyway, hey, Amy, okay, this is what I got from this is that lying is protected speech. So that time when I told you I didn't have syphilis,
Right.
that is, and I lied, that is totally okay because it's freedom of speech. That makes no sense to me.
Okay, this is an area that we agree on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, what are we supposed to be being honest about the number of people we've slept with from now on?
Yeah.
And I have a T-shirt that I wear like every night to bed that says Dan's bar mitzvah was right up my alley with bowling pins on it. I wasn't at Dan's bar mitzvah. Am I supposed to throw that away?
Well, wait a second. Wait a second. What about the guys that were at the bar mitzvah? You are insulting them.
That's true.
Yeah,
But they all have jobs. so
No, I
I'm
got to
here.
tell you, joking aside, this is BS. I mean, how can this be protected speech? Winning a medal, Angela, is a very special thing.
It's a very special thing, and we have patriots and heroes that have won military medals.
Yes.
And this court is totally ignorant. It ignored the previous case law by the Supreme Court, deciding that any false statements of fact are not protected by the First Amendment. We have freedom of the press, we have freedom of religion, we have freedom to assembly, but you shouldn't lie about medals.
Yeah.
Just like John Kerry lied that he didn't throw his medals
But
away.
should it be a crime, though? I mean, I
Yeah.
understand if they're getting some sort of like financial benefit from it.
But some of them are.
that's
They
a
do. They
crime.
will lie on a resume. They will
That's
lie on
true.
a resume.
I'm not saying I don't agree with you, by the
Here's
way,
why they would.
but
Here's
I'm
why
just
they would lie. They
devil's
would lie
advocate.
to get a job. They would lie to get some sort of charity. They would lie to try to get a girl in bed. And all of those, I think, are
Well,
worthy.
you understand.
True. Yeah.
Bill, you get that, right?
Yeah.
How dare you? Hey, and by the way, it worked until I left.
Bill, on weekends, yeah, you actually do claim to be a Navy man, usually at the club. So you must be relieved at this decision.
Actually, I understand what Juliet's saying. I can't believe that came out of my mouth.
Don't
but
worry, ever again.
me, I get what she's saying. Like, what they did is inherently bad. But does it deserve jail time? Like, it's the equivalent. Like, I remember I wrote a dissertation about this in the last 3 law firms I worked at.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of saying that you had a position at your where you worked beforehand, lying on a resume. Some of us have done it. I hate those people that do. You don't necessarily. You're not gonna get the job. You might get your hand slapped, but you're not gonna get jail time.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe not jail time, but their punishment, they should get their ass kicked by a bunch of real soldiers.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they should do.
yes.
They should
Support
take
that.
you to a little area, and the guys who actually have medals get to kick the poop out.
You
guy didn't
pay
get
for
jail
that.
time.
Time.
I know.
How is that
I would
a
actually
punishment?
lie in order to get my butt kicked.
This guy did not get jail time. He got 400 hours of community service at a veterans hospital.
Which is
Can you
good.
imagine?
But
You're
think
at
about
that
the military
hospital?
guys,
Yeah.
you guys that have fought for us to have our freedoms, and now people can just lie about it. I think they should have jail time, and I think they should get their asses kicked by military guys as well.
Whoa, Angela.
Angela.
We're also
Yes.
working at a
This is ladies' night.
Amy,
That's already going to be sore from the jail anyway. Why have it kicked out?
but Amy makes a good point. You know, community service at a VA hospital is really I think that's a good.
They're going to be
That's
heckling
good.
him the whole time. They're
Yeah.
going to be like, "Oh, great cleaning the bedpans. Somebody
Oh,
deserves
yeah.
a medal."
I do lie, but my lies are never that majestic. My
What
lies
kind of lies do you tell?
I tell people I
Bill?
bench press
I mean-
285.
And that you have an actual unicorn in a stable at your house.
No, that's real.
Not
That's
gonna fall
real.
for that again.
No, it happened to be my cousin dressed as a unicorn,
true.
and you had a great time.
I had a blast.
You stayed for the whole weekend, actually.
I did.
Anyway.
Is this true?
Yeah.